Hey, 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 what's up, everybody, man? We are alive. Alright, we're ready to make some auctioneering. Ah, lots of expiration. Lots of stuff that we got back as well. A lot of money, I mean. Just gonna go and take everything that we could not sell. Yeah, or the dream dust. And think I would go and get it actually. Auction walls involved. Alright, cool. Go back and put the auctions on the actual auction house, and then we'll come back. There's only one bid. Yeah, okay. At least I'm selling it for a decent amount of gold. Said 120 dream dust. It's 1 gold, 32 per. It's good though. I set the tone with my 138 to 7. Rock salt. Okay, now we'll go and see how much money we did last night. So we took everything that we didn't sell. We put it back on the auction house. Got 1 gold deposits, fees. Including some auctions, so we're at 2262. Oh my god. About 11 gold. That's good. That's good. It's really good. Okay. I should go and put those thick leather, thick hide in the auction house. Then we're off to level our Paladin. I need for cards? I need 50 silk. I'll buy 1 silk just to make sure I can hand in that quest right away. We're about at 180 gold in total. Searing Village. If we can get some Sulfurak cleave action going in the meantime, I won't mind.
On your mind.
All your points. Still 49. In terms of level, yeah, 48. Maybe some. Fuck that shit. Outhouse over here. If you guys don't know, but this little outhouse on top of here in Searing Gorge starts a quest. But you gotta know about it, or you gotta have a guide that will. Back here, if you kill this lizard here, you can mark all the rager. You can get, you can loot his thorn or his horn, sorry, and I think it's his horn, and then it begins a quest as well. So those are two. Not as obvious quests. Yeah, 43 is on the verge, but hey, it's fine. On the bowl jungle, so he's good. Where is he exactly? Playing a pro Paladin myself based on your video. Thanks, man. Level 34 at the moment. Rocking the thermal plug central core shield. Nice. This is a pretty good one. I mean, it's quite easy to get as well. That's the beauty of it. Well, I mean, if you're level 30 something, it's not as easy because Normagon can be tough. But I mean, later on, it gets easier to get. And the headpiece for the electromagnetic gigaflux reactivator is a pretty good questing item, leveling item, sorry, to have. You don't even need to equip it or to keep it on. You just need to equip it, wait for the like 30-second cooldown to activate. You pop it on, you activate it, and then you swap to your other helm piece, and then boom, you got a 10-minute reflect buff. Nice on the first run, yeah. I got on the first run that I did, which was pretty tough as well. I got the two-handed axe from the last boss, so I was pretty happy about that. Because once I got in, I didn't want to go back there. Once I got out, sorry, I didn't want to go back there. I was like, fuck it. Hopefully we can get 47 today. Hopefully. Ooh, almost got bumped into the water. So satisfying to tank 6 mobs at once, watching them kill themselves, hitting you. Exactly, man. Retribution aura is pretty good, especially when you have multiple enemies on you. You get so much value, especially with improved retribution aura. Woo. Exactly. Source of damage, retribution over iron shield spike. Oh, nice! You got one. That's pretty cool. Blessing Sanctuary, man, amazing, amazing blessing. It reduces the damage you take by a flat amount, so you can take multiple tanks. You can take multiple mobs at once. Sorry, and then you get you receive a lot less damage, and you can clearly see when you have it on and when you don't. So cool. And thermal plugs proc at the moment. It's gonna really take up once I get Holy Shield. Yeah. We're gonna do the, well, we have 5 people watching at least. We're gonna do the fortune cookie of the day. So what is fortune going to tell us today? Good things will come to you in due time. It's always it's always true. You always gotta be, you gotta be patient. And the lucky numbers 9, 12, 13, 19, 40, 43, and 47. Oh, that might mean that we will get to 47 today, because it's our lucky number. Hopefully, we get a good group.
What's up?
13 silver. That's 8. This is not bad. But I'm happy that you that this build is working for you, because I've heard a lot of Paladin saying that, you know, retribution versus proc, you know, it's kind of quite even. So I'm glad to see that you're telling me that, you know, with going proc it goes well for you, that you can take on multiple people, multiple mobs at once, because, you know, the playstyle doing only one mob at once is can get quite boring. You're absolutely right. It's all a totally different mindset. It's all about flow and efficiency. For pretty much any build that you play, it's all about flow and efficiency, but even more for that. You just keep walking backward into new line and keep that flow going. You never have to really stop and drink or eat or anything nice. That's why I love Seal of Wisdom and Seal of Light as a Paladin. I mean, they are very strong seals. Not DPSing most of the party members too from the bosses that I am seeing. Everyone in party with this, like, what's going on? How are you doing this? As if, man. Yo, I'm glad about it, man. I'm glad to see that it works well for you. I decided to go with something that I was more comfortable with Retribution. But eventually at level 60, that's where I'm going to try to experiment a lot of different builds, just to really see which one are working quite well and which one are, you know, just to be able to put them in perspective. This is going to be one of my main goals. But man, just your testimonial right now is really encouraging and motivating for me. You know, personally, in my opinion, I would much rather have a build where I can just kill stuff smoothly and rarely have to sit down and drink and always have a good flow than kill a few mobs very fast, have to drink. Kill a few mobs quite fast and drink, even if at the end of the day it gives us the exact same amount of XP per hour. I'm more of a guy that likes to have the flow, and I think that being able to handle multiple mobs and having this good flow and always have something going is very good practice for when you want to tank at level 60 in dungeons and stuff like that, because this is you'll have already good practice with being able to deal with multiple mobs at the same time and finding already your own pacing, which is important as a tank. because with good pacing you can make runs much faster and smoother. Yeah, man. It's a pleasure for me, man. I love the Paladin class, and I just don't want people to think that it's only retribution anyway for leveling, and then holy once you're level 60 that works. Because it's totally not the case.
Keep it real.
Yeah, exactly. You can actually tank efficiently.
Time is money, friend.
Out to ZF. Hopefully it goes well. And I mean, once you get your consecration, I mean, you're going to be quite high level, especially, I mean, you're going to be pretty much level 60 at that point, but I mean, you're going to be in a very good situation to tank efficiently, because consecration is so good for some AoE threat. See. Speed is one PvP, surprisingly. I cannot last a train in 1v1 world. Nice. Too expensive to buy water? Come on, man. How much gold you have? Already done, bro. Why you use wisdom over might? Because wisdom is so much better for mana efficiency. I mean, you can even try it yourself. And 90% of the time, it's a lot more efficient. Unless you're maybe grouping or something like that. I mean, it's super strong, the mana per 5 seconds that you get from that. Because you can, if you kill stuff faster, but you end up needing to drink a lot more, I mean, you're not as efficient. But if you're actually having good flow of mana all the time, because as a paladin you'll need that absolutely. because without mana you're just swinging your weapon and you don't achieve anything. This is why I gotta upgrade my talents. Should I move to Benediction? Well, I mean, if you already got improved might, it's up to you. I mean, is it really worth going for the respec? If you don't mind, I think it would be much better because Benediction also gives you more mana efficiency. Because I mean, especially in my playstyle, some paladins say like you use maybe 1 to 2 seals per mob. But I mean, I'm using seals and judgments, you know, very often, so having that reduced mana cost is super strong. Can't really hear you. Sorry about that.
Can't cast that yet.
Well, I mean, if it's too much of a problem with the goal and stuff like that, maybe because you've already respec before or something like that. I mean, you lose a little bit of efficiency, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It won't make or break it. It's just it makes things faster. You can just, especially if you're solo leveling. If you're in a group, especially if you're in a group, red level 21, okay. And if you're in a group with as long as you're in a group, and if you're in with a melee class like a rogue or a warrior, you can just keep your improved might. But if you're solo, blessing a wizard would be better.
That spell is now. Let's still be charging.
I'm Alliance on Fairbanks, nice. Okay, if I got more questions, I'm on Scarum, but I mean, you can always add me through the real ID, I think. Or if not, I'm streaming most of the time. You can just or find me on Discord. Actually, that might be the best options. Bella carry hashtag 68 cent. Boom. That's the name, but I mean, oh, with the caps, but you get. I think that might be the best option.
Can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback, man. I mean, there's gonna be some more coming up soon. It's just right now I'm mostly focusing on the streaming and especially leveling to 60. Because once I'm level 60, I'm gonna be able to take it chill, level my alt, and just start really get the ball going. But as before I get to level 60, it's I just want to put all most of my effort at least in the streaming itself. But there's some good videos that are coming soon eventually. I've got a lot of idea. Hard for all the classic YouTubers to make videos when they all want to play. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can make VODs, but I mean at the same time, it's not like the exact same thing.
That spells. Can't cast that yet.
Nice. Won that roll. Whoa, bring back. Okay, just in case, because the casters are drinking and stuff like that. Man, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're in a dungeon and you know which mob should die first, I mean, definitely everybody in the group can mark, so it's not like on private servers where it's only the leader that can mark, because it makes the whole difference. It makes the whole difference. I mean, just knowing what to kill will make the run much easier. Because if you don't tell people, you know, kill that person first, kill the healer first, oh boy. I mean, they are going to just start attacking whoever, and, you know, then the group can wipe just because the healer stays alive for too long. Don't be afraid to tag the mob and just to mark the mob and say, you know, this one has to die first. I mean, the priority should always be healer, then casters, then the other ones, unless there's a specific mob that is like a for example, in the SM Armory, the Myrmidons are not the ones that are not like the typical casters or healers, but they're the one that will deal the most damage, because when they hit below, when their life thresholds is below like 20% or something, then what happens is that they enrage and then they attack super freaking fast. So if you have too many of those at the same time that are low on health, I mean, that's pretty much a heavy load of damage on the tank, so, or on whoever is tanking them. So I mean, eventually you get to know what mob has to die first, but always remember healers, casters, and then the rest. Unless there's a specific reason why another one should die first. But I mean, the healers always first. Those witch doctors, there's not a single reason why you should not attack those first and just blast them. This group is doing stuff quite well. get a spin, please? Freaking Murphy, eh? Look at that, I'm gonna get a spin when I don't need it anymore.
That spell is here.
Now, where's the donch? Go. Keep going. I'm here to wait. Don't pull too much of them. Stop.
Can't cast that yet.
Oh, if you pull all of them. Otherwise, shit's gonna go down. Those little scaremen, they are actually quite bad. Oh, wow. Wow.
Not enough mana.
Ah, it was going so well until then. Yeah, on top of that, at 43, I mean, they are orange for you. Think about your health first. Out of habit that you release? Come on, bro. Come on! But that's fine. I mean, nobody left the group. Still have the chance to do that again. Because it was going well until now, so you just I mean, you all did a little, but well, I mean, anyways, let's not start pointing fingers at other people. Can Paladins AoE grant during leveling? Yeah, I mean, early on we had Scott Herring telling us that he was the pro Paladin and that he could do some nice smooth leveling with more than a couple mobs on him at the same time. Yeah, exactly, but we aren't maged here exactly, but you know, you can still manage to get some smooth leveling nonetheless. Yeah, 3 to 6 mobs, and I would assume they are mostly green or slash yellow. Yeah, casters are going to be a bitch. If you ever have to AoE and there's a caster, bring all the melee NPCs to the caster. So the caster can be right up in your face. So you can bash the caster first, and then you can deal with the melee after. Yeah, yellow-green. and mostly yellow like your level and 2 levels under. When you start getting yellow that are 2 levels over, then it gets maybe a little bit more difficult. So you just gotta be. You'll find your own sweet spot. 10 Murloc Oracle, yeah. Gotta save that HOJ for interrupt the heals. Yeah, exactly. Always keep that Hodge for the heal or a fleeing mob. So healer. Okay, we good.
Let's still be charging. That spell is
Cool, that's not too much.
out of range.
Yeah. What you doing? But the NPS parts, I'm doing the top damage in grooves is kind of nuts, but the efficiency only goes up as you get another kill like Dread or Priest, which I'll think even more mobs. Yeah, man. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I understand that we're busy. Oh, there's some more there? Oh, come on, man. You gotta do three others. Yes. Yeah, it's my leveling guide. Nah. Let's keep rolling.
Too far away.
Yes, sir. Classic WoW Live. Strongly suggest that you take a look. If you are the kind of person that likes, because some people are like, I don't want to go with the guide, and they're, that's completely fine. But some people hate guides for some reason. But if you don't have a personal problem with guides, man, it's definitely something that I would strongly consider to take a look. Yes, I mean and very good ones. I mean, We're talking about Mavic and Egregious, man, very knowledgeable levelers. Yeah, I guess it's better to just face the boss, I guess. Man, what you're doing right now is really important, man. So it's fine if you can't play. You're doing a great service to humanity right now. But I mean, that's crazy, yeah, for the hurricanes, everything I hear in the news and stuff like that, man. I hope that all of you are safe and you aren't in those affected regions. Yeah, man, thanks for what you're doing right now, man. Seriously. Yeah, the vendor one is called Better Vendor Price. It allows you to know like how much an item sells for. Obviously very nice if you don't need any of the quest items that are given to you and stuff like that, and what to level, what to vendor and stuff like that, and what else? Auctioneer, yeah, something like that, auctionator. I mean, I don't personally use it, but for some people, they like it. I'm pretty used with the auction house, and I'm making a good amount of money without that, so. But I mean, if you are new to the game and you don't really know how to make things work on the auction house and stuff like that, I mean, it's good to know, to get to know the prices, or if you really want to have the cutting edge stuff on making sure you can get the most amount of gold for everything that you put there. If you're really hardcore, then having an auction add-on is pretty much necessary. But I mean, with me, I make good amounts of gold on the auction house as it is right now. So not to brag, but it's just to tell you, like, I don't personally need it, but that's my personal preference. What else am I using? If you're a melee, I mean, swing timer is always very good. I mean, even if you're a caster, just making sure that you don't overlap, or you don't gimp your wand swings is quite important. I mean, other than that, you can get some, if you're about that, you can get some frame abilities. Some frame add-ons, not abilities, not frame add-ons. Yeah, which one? I think it's just called Weapon Swing Timer. I mean, I haven't tried any others, so I don't know if there's some that are better, but I mean, at the end of the day, a weapon swing timer is a weapon swing timer. I mean, I don't think that you need really a lot more information that to be told. So, how do you display the percentage? I'm gonna show you after. It's in your interface, and then you're going to display, and then it's in the.
Can't cast that yet.
Because right now, if I go escape, I'm not gonna attack anything, so I'll show you after. As I drink. Yeah, if you're not used to it, or if you're not looking, or if you don't necessarily know where to look, you can be like easily wondering like, where's this stuff? Like, is it an add-on? Is it actually built in the game or whatnot? So. But you have 3 different ways that you can display those. Well, technically 4, there's none. But then you go interface option, display, and then you go to status text, and then you have numeric value, percentage, and I go with both. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Thanks for letting me know.
That spell is
This is for find treasure, which is a dwarf racial. So you can, it will appear on the map as little like little yellow dots, like a little coin it seems almost, and it's going to show you where there's some treasures, like chests and stuff like that. On the private server, it used to also show like the barrels of stuff, like barrels of milk and stuff like that, but in Classic it doesn't, so that's cool because it's not really important. You can learn all your weapon specializations at level 10. No, man, I like answering questions, man. Don't worry, man. If that's all you do for the next like 3 hours, I don't mind. That's what I'm here for. Because if there's nobody talking in chat, sometimes I mean, sometimes I'll talk, but you know, it's always nice to have some feedback. It makes the stream more entertaining for everybody, and for me, it guides me in what I should say. You know what I mean? So don't worry. Nah, the axe is in Iron Forge. And the military ward. Right, when you're facing the place where you go for queuing for PvP, it's to the right. For example, I think stabs are learned in Darnassus, for example, so you have different specializations at different areas. Like bows can be learned in Stormwind and Stormwind and Darnassus. Guns can only be learned in Ironforge, I think, and stuff like that. You know, there's some added flavor to this, so it's very cool. But even if you're under the level, let's say you're at level 1 and you go to the weapon trainer, you will see all of them, but it will be red, and it will tell you, you know, it will show that level 10 requires level 10, and then the level 10 is going to be red. Yeah, I think before they removed the weapon specialization, I think at some point, although I'm not sure about that, but I think at some point they all made them available at the same place, at the same trainers. Yeah, let's go and shoot it.
What can I do for you?
Sorry, I didn't see your comment just before. I thought you meant I have another questions about weapon specialization. But yeah, here right now I have only 2 out of 5 here. Just to make sure you can see all of those, all of the talents at the same time. When you liked it when the webcam was on the bottom right. The problem is that, you know, with the guild that I'm in, some people are they're quite they don't really care about what they say in chat, and you know, some things are, you know, hateful or something like that. So I'm covering the chat just to make sure that I don't get and I don't get in trouble, because you know there's some racial slurs or you know foul language on the stream. So that's mainly the reason why. Because yes, I liked it better when it was in the bottom right corner, but
That spell is
or sometimes the guild message of the day, you know, if I pull it out, you know, it's the webcam mostly covers this, because you know at some point they might be joking, but you know when they start, you know, having conversation where there's a lot of mature language involved, and especially like racial slurs and stuff like that, and just homophobic or just thoughts and stuff like that, I don't necessarily want just that to be advertised freely on my stream, so that's why I'm putting my webcam over it. Why don't I mark with Seal Crusader? The thing is with Seal Crusader, first of all, it's kind of a meh talent. For me, the seal is like meh. You know, it increases holy damage, but we don't have enough holy damage dealers anyways for it to be efficient. And it's much better for my own mana efficient to go with Seal of Wisdom, make a Judgment of Wisdom. If the hunter is also targeting the same target, you know, he gets some mana back too, so he will benefit more from this compared to Seal of the Crusader. It makes me more sustainable if ever the priest or the warlock, they want to wand the target that has this Judgment of Wisdom on it, they will be able to get mana back as well. So you know, for the sake of the group, it's much better to go with the Seal of Wisdom than Seal of the Crusader. And anyway, Seal of the Crusader I only have rank 1 because it's not a seal that I'm used to using. So you know. But that's mostly a personal preference. But I mean, on single target, if there's like a big tough mob and there's enough people to benefit, like if there's another Paladin, for example, to benefit from. Wow, I didn't even have my aura. Whoops. Hashtag weird. But if there's more people to benefit from that increased holy power, holy damage taken, I mean, then it might be more of a. It's better to take it, but in this situation right now, there's not enough people to benefit from that. And I don't have better than rank 1, so. Elemental with Sword Crusader, then Judgment, then go to Commence as increase holy damage. Yeah, that's it's a good rotation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just right now I don't have a lot of drinks as well, so I want to make sure that my mana is being saved up as much as possible. And because it's a farm run, and you know my my friend, my guildie ambulance here is quite high level. You know, he wants things to be smoother to stay. So, and I want to level, so I want to make sure that we get some good XP per hour, that everything works well. And in this situation, just going for efficiency and going for mana is much better than going for this increased damage. Because anyways, no matter what, I'm not going to be topping the DPS meters, and that's not really my goal. But if you want to go for maximum damage, yes, judging Seal of the Crusader will increase the damage, then you can go with a stun if possible, into a Seal of Command, into a Judgment of Command I should say, so you get the increased damage because the target is stunned, you also get the increased damage because of Seal of the Crusader, and so on. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to get to level 60 as fast as possible, so I think that in a group, you know, you need to take in consideration what other people need and what they are going to benefit from the most. But I mean, I've seen some people just don't give a damn and they'll just go for the top DPS and they won't care about like helping the group. Like the other day I had a rogue in the group that didn't want to take care of the totems, even though, you know, she had a wand and also a dagger, I think. So she would obviously attack faster, so it would be a lot easier to take care of the totems compared to like me with a slow one, two-hander. I mean, if I get caught and I need to wait like 3 seconds to clear the totem, well, the totem will be able to maybe get a tick or two of damage or of healing. So, you know, little things like that. If you really want to make sure that everything goes well, you know, you want to take it on yourself. You don't want to say, oh well, why don't you do it? Like what that rogue was saying is like, well, just for the well-being of the group, if I may say. I mean, take it upon yourself to do the job that you're the best suited to do, you know. But you know, little things like that are always important, so that's why I don't judge Seal of the Crusader. So all of that to tell you that.
Great to meet you.
That's pretty decent XP. I mean, I'm already 4 bars and like what 4/5 from leveling. Not that bad.
What's on your mind?
How do you do your character pick at the bottom, in the middle? Yeah, I'm gonna show you that. So you right click your portrait, you go to the bottom, you say move frame, you unlock the position from the bottom left, from the top left, sorry, and then you can just drag it where you want and where you need it, and you go back to move frame and then you say lock frame, so it won't move. Yeah, exactly. you purify that debuff? I wasn't looking, but yeah, I can cleanse everything. I can remove everything but curses as a paladin, but I wasn't paying attention actually, so if there was one that I could be removing, yeah, fuck that dude. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I thought the hunter had died. Just AoE everything fucking down, man. At that point. But at level like 8 or something like that, you get Purify that only removes disease and poisons. But eventually at level like 42, something like that, 40, you eventually are able to also cleanse magic.
Can't cast that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. That spells.
Whew! Clutch, lay on hands. And I mean, the beauty of the cleanse is that you can remove a disease, a magical effect, and a poison at the same time, but you cannot, if it's like 3 different effects, you can all remove them at once. If it's 3 of the same, like 3 poisons, you cannot, you will need to cleanse 3 times. Man, dope heals, man. Dope heals. Yep. I'm rebuffing, but you're completely right. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy for you, man.
The sanctuary reigns supreme.
Yeah, that's the problem with the seals of the paladin, like because it's only 5 minutes. Like the greater blessings are is such a big improvement in quality of life. I mean, it's crazy. The bus. Thank you very much. But eventually you get used to it. Oh my god, chance to stun the target. And that's super good for a warrior. Nice! 3 gold, here I come. 3 gold, here I come. I'm down. was the item? I'm gonna show you. Wait. Maybe it just that's it. It's at the bottom. No dispel. Rip. That's the thing as well. If you have a form of dispel and you see that you can dispel, I mean, unless I mean if you have a dispel poison or remove poison, and it's it's a really shitty poison when the fight is about to end and it was just applied. I mean, maybe don't use it, but like other than that, I mean, cleanse those things and cleanse like the polymorph effect and stuff like that. It's good practice and it's important to do. Or usually, well, I mean, for a warrior, I mean, you can use a staff and you have a chance to stun hit, and it's not that bad. Holy shit. Why are you attacking the Shadow Hunter, bro? There's a freaking healer in the house. That's the kind of shit that makes you wipe, because the healer stays alive for too long and then he just heals the freaking Shadow Fury Shadow Hunter. Sand Fury Shadow. Ah, for fuck's sake. Ah, there's two freaking. How to Asshole 101. We did it. We did it. It was sloppy, but we made it. That's what's important. How did he heal? Is Blood Drinker the heal from dealing damage or something like that? What? They went through the wall? Whew. Alright, there's one that will come back eventually. Oh, what? Yeah, okay, maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna judge justice.
Let's still be charging.
Why am I getting the aggro? Get that freaking ran away, comes back at full health. Whew. Yes, made it. It's a good thing we have an awesome healer here. Better group than I thought. Yeah, me too, actually. I think, I'm pretty much surprised. Ooh, rugged leather, finally. High level leather. So justice, you won't run away. How long are you streaming for today? I'm going to stream up until maybe like 2:30, something like that. So maybe for like 2 more hours. I'm gonna see how things go. Woo! Witch doctors in the same pool, yeah. Managed to make it still, yeah, EST. So yeah, about 2 more hours. Then I gotta go back to work. Alright, man. Sounds good, no worries. Thanks again for what you're doing. It's really important in the midst of all that tragedy. Yeah, bruh. Healer's drinking. Oh, careful. What do I do for work? I work with kids, so for before and after the school hours, daycare kind of thing. But then when I come back from work, that's the problem, is that, you know, I finish at like 6. By the time I eat dinner, and then I'm ready to play. The queue times are cancerous. Although I'm gonna try to see if I can make something work that's, you know, totally legit. Nothing shady, but I don't know if it's going to work. And if it works, I'm going to share with you. If it doesn't work, you know, it's just because I want to be able to play at night as well. Because if I can only play during the day, it's kind of extended care. Yeah, okay. That's the right word in English. Hopefully I can do another run right after that and hit level 47 for today. That would be very neat. According to your PC and log back before leaving work. Yeah, it's I want to try something. So you're already in the queue. Yeah, but that's the thing, is that when I leave for work, there's still not really a queue yet. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. That's weird. I didn't get the knockup. Yeah, I don't know if I can actually stay in the login just before I'm ready to enter world for an extended period of time, you know what I mean? So I think that could be a problem. I think I'm gonna get DC'd. I just don't know how to do that though, remote with the PC and log in from work. Well, technically I have a laptop, but it's the worst laptop on earth, and I haven't touched it for like years, so technically no. Well, technically yes, but no. Few of your videos today, nice work on the car. Yeah, thank you, man. Uputs? Thanks for the feedback, man. There's some more good content that's actually relevant and accurate 100% that's going to come up soon. Because, you know, all my footage and all my experience was from private servers, so, you know, we can always question the legitimateness or how can it actually apply in the actual game, but now I mean all the information, all what I'm going to put up is from the actual classic client, so it's going to be 110% legit. So there's a lot more coming soon, obviously. Right now I'm just trying to level up as fast as possible and just get done with the leveling. You know, I'm still curious. Oh, we got a sub. We got a sub, or we got something. The thing is, I'll probably also level up my my hunter right after I level my paladin, or my alt actually.
Not enough money.
I'm gonna see just to make sure that, you know, once that I can be done with leveling ASAP, because, you know, it's especially if I can get done with leveling before phase 2 hits. That's going to be the goal, because before that, I mean, the PvP system is not here yet, so the incentive to gank is less there, because you don't get anything beside maybe personal satisfaction and maybe the feeling that you fucked that person up on his escort quest or something out of killing somebody. But in phase 2, I think that's when at least the honor system, it's not I don't think that PvP comes out, but I think the honor system comes out, or I mean something along those lines. I don't exactly remember, but I remember talking with some friends, and they, you know, the big takeaway from that conversation was, you know, try to level to level 60 or as high as possible before phase 2, because then after that it's going to be gank central. Because I mean, up until now, I mean, I'm really surprised about that, but the thing is, STV hasn't been all that bad for me. I mean, I don't know if I was just lucky, or, you know, I just was able to be on the layers where there was not all that many people ganking and stuff like that, but I mean, it's been pretty peaceful. Like a 3-in-1 Paladin, do you think that it's viable or not? Yo, this is going to be viable for sure. This is what I'm going to be using as soon as I am level 60. Got another sub or something. Wait, we got Upoots. Oh, thank you very much for subbing, man. And also Havoc. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you will enjoy your stay, because there's a lot more to come. I mean, we're just getting started. Just getting started. It's going to be a lot of fun. You are legit. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm trying to always, you know, get the best information I can, and not try to go with the, oh, you know, I'm gonna fall into the easy judgment of, oh, Paladin class, or the druids are only good healers or whatnot, and just talk out of my ass. That's what I'm trying to do as much as possible, is to inform and just get the good information out there, because it's easy to just say, you know, just repeat the same old bullshit that you can hear left and right without putting any more thought into it. What specs your PC got? Oh boy, I got an AMD. I don't even know what's the one that I had, but it's equivalent to like an i7 or something. I got 16 gigs of RAM. I got a GTX 770 or an NVIDIA GTX 770. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but it works for what I'm playing, you know. I have some water cooling on my processor. I mean, the motherboard, I don't remember. I mean, it's decent. I mean, it's not top of the line. I've built it myself in 2014, 2015, and you know, back then it was maybe in terms of spec, maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10. You know, I didn't go for a really expensive build because I could not afford that, but I definitely went with something that was, you know, in the upper, like, you know, 70th percentile. So it does the job, especially for like World of Warcraft. I mean, I'm not playing any game that requires like a massive amount of performing power. Yeah, probably just better to leave. I've seen your video about Wreck Bomb with Sit, but it seems Blizzard made it. Yeah, exactly. Sit working doesn't work anymore. Apparently, from what I've heard, you can do some sit proccing, but you need to be so good, like with the timing and like the spell batching, pretty much, that I mean, it's pretty much impossible unless you're like a computer yourself, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing and streaming, and it works just well. I mean, obviously for creating videos and stuff like that, uploading them, obviously more capacity would be better just to make things faster, but at that point, hopefully you don't make a freaking like filet mignon. I got a Ryzen 5 and they're pretty solid. I like that white RAM. Yeah, I like the dwarf RAM, yeah. That hunter wasn't great anyways. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really take, wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know, but I mean, our group worked out in the end, so that's what I'm happy, but you know, if we can get someone that was better than him, I mean, why not? Best way to get bigger bags, buy some bigger ones as soon as you can, first of all, from the vendors.
Yo! Hurry back!
Oh no, no, no! I wanted to click the fucking dude! Oh! Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. Ah. God damn, I think I got all 6 or 8, man. Just try to get some 8s ASAP, and then as soon as you can get some leather or something, or leather and cloth, just try to find a tailor that can craft them for you. I mean, normally they will do it free for you as long as you have the mats, because they will need the skill up.
Time is money,
For fuck's
friend.
sake, man. Dude names Strat Home Ice. Boom boom. Sell this shit. Send that to no
Have a good
games.
one.
So that disenchant is going to be much more worth than 32 copper, 32 silver. I can tell you that. Repair. Yeah, why not? What's this do?
Do I
Just
have a
check.
deal for you?
Yeah, he cares.
Be good.
It's not here. Yeah, bro. Accept invite, motherfucker. Miner, where can I find the dude to repair his How about here?
Hey, how you doing?
Cool stuff. He doesn't sell anything. Interesting.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. But yeah, man, just try to get some bigger bags ASAP. It jumpstarts your fortune. Why is he declining? You're telling me to... Very rare.
Ah, potential customer. Keep it real.
True silver, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go back, so if we need to summon, we can do that quick. What's your herb now? 268 and then 262 with skinning. I made it mandatory for me to level up my skills, so I can always get the herbs, especially the herb, because skinning is so easy to level up. but especially the herbs, to get the herbs in the zones that I'm leveling in, that I am leveling in, because I think at some point I was in Duskwood and there was a lot of like bruiseweed and king's blood and stuff like that, and briar thorn, I think. But no, mainly bruiseweed and king's blood, and I was not high enough skilled to gather those, so I went back into Westfall and I did about half an hour to maybe 40 minutes max of just herb gathering to make sure my skills were high enough, so in the next zone that I was in, then I could obviously do some herbalism, because if you fall behind, it's a lot harder to get back on track. Yeah, I missed a little bit. I missed out a little bit on Grave Moss, but that's one of the reasons why exactly when I saw that, I was like, yeah, screw that. I don't want to. I don't want to miss out on more very expensive herbs. So I went back, leveled my skills up, and then after that, I was all good. But since then, I stacked a lot of. Going lock, nice. Warlocks are good leveling classes. Some big dick warrior DPS is going to be nice. Luck was my first character ever. Nice. It's always nice to go back to this. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm leaning more. I'm still in the fence between not warrior, but hunter and mage for my alt, but I'm leaning more towards hunter because that's my first class I've ever leveled in World of Warcraft. Oh fuck, I didn't even do that while I was back. Alright, I'm gonna go and get a full stack. Show the warrior's gear, please. Okay, once he gets close, I will. But I'll try to do my best. If he keeps just moving, I'll do my best. Okay. $86 gold. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, 49, I know. The guild that I'm in is, you know, full of, and we already have somebody that's level 59, you know, so. We've got a lot of high level people. I'm at the top as well, but I'm not I'm in like the top portion, I would say. So I just want to keep it that way.
What's up?
Have a good one.
Be good.
Gonna take a couple more than 20, but it doesn't matter. Just if ever shit happens, or if ever anybody else needs some drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, if everything goes well, we'll get a level 47. Slash blade. Boom. 4 days, 9 hours, 26 minutes, and 25 seconds. With 3 hours, 20 minutes at this level. I will have to check, but I think it's something like almost 20 stamps or something. Like 17, 15 to 20 stamps, something like that.
That spells.
Oh, he's got the Princess Terradras's scepter. Damn. 5 scripts of the bear, I'd be down. That's true, you said the instance. Yeah, he's loaded as fuck. $46 tonk. I'm loving it. Okay, yeah, it's 28 from the blood pack, even better than I thought. Holy shit. 1 chest piece. Holy schnitz, I'd be down there. Big bad pauldron. Yeah, it's pretty stacked. Especially with that mace. Oh damn, looks good. Between 126 and 190 damage, 3.4 attack speed, chance on hit wounds a target for 160 damage and lowers their armor by 100. Boop. Compared to me, he's got better gloves. He's got a better weapon, obviously, because it's a higher level. And I mean, yeah, better boots and better, better wrists, but yeah, how much health he's got? I don't know. What the fuck? Yeah, they're real tryhards. Real tryhards. Ah, fuck. And locks. Oh no, that's what I want to do. All right, we're good to go. All right, BRB. Bio quick. forget finding hers. Yeah, true. Just in case. Thanks for reminding me. All lives. Let's go to key bindings, target. Much easier too. Facts. Let it run. Oh wow, what a disrespect. Yep, mark with hotkeys. So much easier.
Out of range.
Woo! Clutch. If it wasn't for that, it would have been fine. How did you mark with hotkeys? Go into key bindings at the bottom, target markers, and then you can choose boom boom boom. Not a tank? Okay, I guess he's taking with the two hand. It's much faster than going right click and then trying to align your... It's much better that way. And mostly, you know, you maybe only want 3 hotkeys, like each keybinds. Maybe moon will be F3 for sheeping. Come on, Warlock. Can you LOS? That was the whole point of the movie. That was the whole point. Also, if you're doing some dungeon running, that's where, you know, getting Guardian's Favor is super strong. Yeah, if you rely too much on add-ons and stuff, I'm gonna tell you when they fuck up. Nice. We're trying to go around. We're trying to fuck him up. We're here for the XP, bruh.
Let's still be charging.
We're here for that XP. Nah, I don't want some Horde Tavern bullshit. Oh. This is seriously life-changing, being able to mark with a hotkey. Holy shit. Like, especially because I always want to mark targets, just because it makes things so much easier, unless you're with a group of people that, you know, you've been playing a lot with, and you already know what's the, you know, it's not just a pickup group, then you can be fine by not actually marking targets, but other than that, man, it's mandatory. tank is not really a tank either. Tried to fool me.
Mana.
Okay, you're trying to for Century Shadowcaster. Okay, trying to brag. Yeah, that's true. And the group is about to tilt, at least tilt once I'm level 47. Sword this warrior has. Stone Sleeve. 42.7. Increase damage done by 10 for 8 seconds. Wow. Good, 7 DPS.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still charging.
This warrior's DPS is quite strong, I gotta say. He's got a lot of spear on his ears.
Can't cast that yet. That's still charging.
Okay, we're skipping. Cool.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Care about this beacon. Final second heal.
Can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. Can't cast that yet. One bar till 47. One bar.
plate. Just gonna go grab some regular leather. I'll just say screw the rest. Executioner's cleaver. No. Chance to hit. Grats, man. Too bad.
Sands consume you.
Line of sight of the hero.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Wow. Loot City, man. Turtle sea gloves. Yeah, shit. You can need on this as well.
I'm out of range.
Nice.
We need to get closer.
Let the executions begin.
Alright, we're gonna be done this run relatively quickly. Then we'll have time for another probably before I leave. Before I leave for work. Gonna end at maybe 2:15 max, so I have enough time to get ready.
What can I do for you? See you later.
Too far away. Can't start yet. Too far away.
Oh, I can drink and spin at the same time? That's weird. If I'm out of combat, obviously.
Well met.
Double upgrade. Immune stuns, really? Right. What's the loot table of Gazrilla again? Okay, but I don't think we have a think we have a mallet anyways. Cool. And that is 7, Mr. Dylan. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate the support.
This desert be mine. The Sand Fury reigns supreme.
You're still gonna give me loot. Hopefully I can get one of the 2 swords to put together for a weapon.
Feel the fury of the sand.
much easier when you don't have some witch doctor or the. that necklace? Oh. Yeah, one extra spirit. You're back, nice. We're still in ZF. We're doing one last run before I gotta go. So, lucky number 47. Thanks, man. Aw, man, you should have seen what dropped earlier, man. Straight BOE. Boom, Executioner's Cleaver. Huge weapon, two-handed weapon, two-handed axe with some hit rating on it. I would have loved to have it because you can't see it. Just a moment. Pictures in the way, bird.
Can't pass that yet.
Here you go, Executioner's Axe, huge weapon range, 23 strength, BOE, man. I would have liked to have it, but it's fine, because for me it would have been the biggest upgrade, but no, it's alright. It's life, but it's like, ah, man. It's funny though. Not the one that deserved it the least, but the one for which it was the smallest upgrade got it, but no worries. But it's a very good weapon. I would have sold it. Yeah, I would have kept it though. I would have used it, but yeah, you like we were saying, and you could have been making lots of gold with this, definitely. What level required? 43.
That spell is
Give me that leather.
not enough mana.
Whoops. I have 0 mana. Whoops.
My mana is low.
We also have a witch doctor in the house. And out of mana without a plot. Oh my god, another ad! What the fuck? Yeah, seriously, that was quite BS on that pool. How much is the Paladin? 40 mounts. I'm gonna write it down for you because you'll need to understand it really much. Straight zero, my friend. Straight zero, and it's completely free, which is fantastic. You just go talk to a dude. If you're an Iron Forge, you go to the Paladin trainer. He will give you a quest to go to Stormwind and go to the Storm Cathedral, and you talk to a dude, and he just gives you a tome that begins a quest, and that quest you turn it in. I thought it cost to train the spell. Nope, absolutely not. You learn the spell. You learn the spell from the quest, and then boom. So it costs absolutely nothing, which is fantastic. It's like the Warlock. The Warlock is also getting a free mount. I know. So that's why I took the liberty to just train some skills and get some resources to train my my cooking and my first aid, because I knew that I didn't need to have that 100 gold at level 40. Although it's always nice to have. I mean, even if you're a paladin or a warlock, just because it makes it so that you can have a lot more gold afterwards to spend on upgrades or whatnot. I spent But I'm human Pally, so I get from... Nah, you'll get the quest directly from the dude in Storming Cathedral. But if you're in Ironforge for some reason, you can grab the quest there. And I mean, even if you're a Dwarf Paladin, you can just grab it directly from Stormwind. It's just... If you ever get the quest from Ironforge, it just asks you to talk to the dude, so it's just... You end up doing the same thing, just maybe going to Ironforge first, but if you're already in Ironforge, when you hard back and you're level 40 or whatnot, it's up to you. But right as you enter the cathedral, you have in the back, you have your priest trainers, but just before you turn left to go to the paladin trainers, there's a dude just waiting there. He's the one that gives you the quest. And then boom, 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 talk to him once, gives you a quest, turn it in, you got your mount, get out, you can go get your training, you get out of the Storming Cathedral, and you got your charger. And you paid a flamboyant 0 copper for that, which is fantastic. And the epic quest line for your epic mount is just as nice.
sands consume you.
Although you will need to wait for Dire Mount to hit, so that means phase 2 to get that epic mount. So sometimes people say if you have the gold, it might be, and you want to have the mount, your epic mount, it's better to just go and train a regular epic mount like anybody else. Wow. Yeah, no worries. And the talent point increases speed by 8%. Yes, that Pursuit of Justice, yes. It will stack with your mounting speed, so you will get 68%, but it will not stack with anything else. Like if you have like an aspect of the cheetah, aspect of the pack, sorry, on you, it's like 30%. It will override your 8% because it's higher, but you won't get 38%. So it's real strong, real strong. That's pretty much 8% movement speed increase. I think it's what you get from the enchants to your boots for minor speed increase. And if it's not the same, it's maybe a little bit better.
Too far away. That spell isn't any use. That's still charging.
I didn't even realize there was
Can't cast that yet.
a witch doctor. I think if you could just spam dungeon or quest level, oh, it's much. I mean, it's much faster to spam dungeon, but you know, there's controversy around it and stuff like that. But I just do it to, yeah, to try to speed level because I already went through a lot of questing already. You know, I know what it's all about. If it's your first time playing, I mean, I would do some questing with some supplementary dungeon grinding, just because the questing experience is so rich, it's so nice that if it's your first time leveling or playing classic and you just farm dungeons, you're missing out on a lot. So especially since me now, I don't have as much time as I would have liked. You know, I would have loved another week off of work because I would have been able to hit level 60. But you know, whatever, it's fine. Just being able to do some quick runs allows me to, you know, still get a decent amount of experience, even though I don't have a lot of time to play. But if we're just looking at straight numbers, dungeon spamming is a lot better. Especially if you get good groups. I mean, if you get some groups that don't know how to do stuff and you just wipe and you just end up having a lot of people that leave and stuff like that, then it can be even worse than questing, because if you have like a questing guide and you know where you're going, you can be relatively efficient and relatively fast. But oh, Ring of Saviors, I've never. Damn, increases armor by 300 for 10 seconds. Starting in BC, got the struggle grinding out back then,
The
looking for
execution to
quickest way.
begin.
the quickest. If you really want to level to 60 the quickest, man, and you don't care about what class you play, you do a mage, and then you just do some AoE grinding in dungeons. Mages are, I mean, since Joker D showed how a mage could do, everybody wants mages and warlocks and stuff like that, so you'll always, almost always have a group, unless unless you get a bad reputation, but dungeon grinding definitely better. It's also safer if you're if you are rolling on a PvP server, because you don't have to worry. You know, if you're in there for an hour and you do a full run, you get a shitload of XP. You get a chance to get some potential upgrades that are very awesome that you're not going to get if you're questing. You get a very good amount of gold as well. And like I said, you don't have to worry about Horde ganking you. Maybe when you get out and you reset and stuff, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about anything else. And I mean, if you can get a lot of quests done at the same time, I mean, for that run, obviously your XP per hour is going to be freaking crazy. Because if you can get, I don't know, like in Zul'Farrak, you have one to kill Gazrilla, you have one for the tablets, you have one for the Troll Temper, you have one for the Divinomatic Rod, you have the one for the Scarab Shells. You know, you already have 5 quests here, and I think I'm maybe missing 1 or 2. I mean, you go and turn all of that in afterwards, after like maybe 1 or 2 runs, depending on how lucky you were on the drop, or you know, if you needed to, if everybody needed temper, maybe you will need to do 2 runs. If you don't full clear everything, maybe. But once you're done, all your requests, you go turn that in. Whew, a good chunk of experience like that you can get just like this. You only will get that insane burst of experience once because of the requests, but still, it's worth it.
Need help?
But yeah, right now I'm just trying to hit 60 pretty much as fast as possible. You know, at the same time,
Strength and honor.
I like this and I don't really like this, just me trying to rush the leveling, but at the same time I think that it's better just to rush right now and enjoy all this time at level 60, all that, you know, if I can level maybe 1 week faster that way, even though it's not necessarily the best way in terms of immersion in the game and stuff like that. And it can be boring at some point, you know, you just kill the same mobs, and if you know you don't get any loot from those dungeons. Like for example, people are running stockades. I think this is one of the earliest dungeons that you can get into for some dungeon spamming. Then, so pretty much that's at level 25. You run that until you're in the 30s, maybe you do a little bit of questing then, and then you can get into Scarlet Monastery with the graveyard, all the way up to Cathedral. Then you can get to Zul'Farrak, then maybe Marodon and stuff like that. I mean, maybe not the most pleasing experience, especially like I said, if you know that you don't get loot. For example, stockades, there's no loot that you get there, but you know, at the same time, if you just bite the dust a little bit right now and you can enjoy, you know, being a level 60, maybe 1 or 2 weeks faster, well, you know, it's already that you gain. Because I mean, if you don't want to do those dungeon runs, other people will, and those will get ahead of you. So, I mean, at one point, it's trying to say, you know, trying to balance the pros and cons, and just look at, you know, what do you need and what do you really care about. the problem with dungeon grinding is that if you get in a group and the tank or the healer find that the group is not getting XP fast enough, you know, sometimes you'll get very good XP, but they just want extreme XP per hour, and you know they'll then just leave the party because you're not good enough, but you're still getting a lot more experience per hour than you would if you were solo leveling or leveling. So you can run into some drama that way as well, because you need to deal with more people that you might not know. So that's always a problem if you get people that are maybe they have a bad day, they're trolls, or you know they are more hardcore and they just want to get every last little XP they can get. So, but nonetheless, it's quite fun. I mean, I do it here and there. I supplement dungeon grinding with a little bit of questings, because there's some quests that I know are very fun or very easy, but if ever I find that, you know, I'm stuck or I don't want to do those quests because I remember that those are a pain in the ass, because some of them are going to be a pain in the ass for some classes or for some group composition, while it's going to be much easier for other classes. So if I realize that, oh man, the questing guide, my leveling guide is asking me to go and do those quest chains that I really don't like, because I've been there, done that before, then I'm gonna supplement that experience with dungeon grinding. But I can tell you, if I didn't, if it wasn't for dungeon grinding, I would not have all this gold right now. Because obviously in dungeons, if you get like the run that I did just before, where you went up there, Scott. Just for an example, I got a staff. You know, everybody greed rolled on the staff. Well, I vended it because as a paladin I cannot use staff anyways. I vended it for 3 gold. Like a blue staff, so I mean you get a decent amount of gold, decent amount of XP, and then decent amount of upgrades at the same time depending on the dungeon. So it's really strong. It's like the new meta kind of thing right now. Yeah, you see the blue staff, okay. I wasn't sure if you were there or not at that point. But I mean, that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of people that say that Joker D didn't really deserve, or there's controversy around his world first to level 60, is because he was doing some 10-man runs. Because not too long ago, Blizzard announced that they patched a bug where the XP that you were getting for being in a group of more than 6 people in a dungeon was not affected, or was not working properly. So you would get, I don't know, if you're in a 5-man group you would get 250 XP for a kill. In a 10-man group you would still maybe get like 200 and something. So it was obvious, but you would be able to clear it maybe 2, 3, 4 times faster. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's what he did. He ran dungeon that way, and he also was a mage who was able to do some heavy AoE grinding. So on Fairbanks, for me, I make an alt on yours, man. That would be really nice. Since nobody needs it, I'm gonna roll on this because it has increased healing. What was that? It was a, I mean, yes, it's not increased healing. It's increased shadow healing, but shadow damage, sorry, but it's a cloth piece of the gear that has a lot of intellect on it, so for healing, obviously, with a lot of intellect. But nobody needed this, so that's why I did roll on it. yeah, I mean, if you want to make an alt on my server, man, you're more than welcome. Be able to hook you up, you know? How to refresh the stream, whichever you want. I'm on Scarin. Make sure I hit this one here.
That spell is
I remember that at some point they changed this voodoo mask. I think it was. I remember at some point in Wrath of the Lich King it was increased healing. So that was I thought it was that, but it's still a nice offset piece since nobody needs it because I mean 24 intellect and a piece of helm that I can just equip if I'm ever healing. Very nice. Increases my mana pool obviously, so I get I don't need to drink as often. But yeah, I'm on Scarin if you didn't get on what server I was on. It's another quite full realm, so I'm just gonna let you know. Take your time before you make one on my server, because I don't know about Fairbanks. I think it's up there as well. That means that somebody else tagged it for skinning. That's what it means.
This desert be mine. The Sand Fury reigns supreme. Feel the fury of the sands.
Nice. 1 degree roll. Nice, 47 and 5 bars. I swear that the god. Oh. Oh, and he dies. That's true when he wants to.
What's up? Keep it real.
Oh. alt is a hunter, right? Maybe we'll make my log there. Yeah, I don't know when I mean, I don't know exactly if I want to make 100 just yet. I'm maybe like 90% sure. Still debating. I mean, I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be leveling my hunter, but I can definitely let you know. Everybody left. Everybody left. I'm just gonna go in gadgets end. That's where I'm going to go and log out. I know I said about 2:15, but I think I'm gonna, since we're already done, I think I'm just gonna go right now. Because I need to eat before I get to work. Oh, I'll make something over there nice. Yeah, I'll be able to hook you up with some dope loot, some dank loot, and maybe some gold or some shit to help you get started. Because it's always it's a little bit problematic if you're starting fresh, but I'll hook you up, man. And anybody who's a sub who wants to make a character on my server, I mean, I'm not gonna give you 100 gold each, but I can, you know, help you get you started. Buy you some bags or some shit. What I can do is buy you like a set of 4 8-slot bags as you start or something, you know, get you some 10-slot bags to get you started. And then you'll actually be able to generate a lot more gold a lot earlier and just, you know, be good on your own. So, I'll be able to help you, of course. Yeah, I feel you, man. But I mean, at the same time, you can still play with your main, and then when you're not feeling like it, you can jump on your alt, man. You don't have to necessarily have like 2 mains on 2 different servers. You can just take it chill. Doth and lock. Alright, so I'm gonna just vendor my stuff and then I'll go look on my alt if I don't have anything yet in terms of auctions. And then I'm off until tonight. So I'll send this to my alt for sure. For some disenchant action.
Keep it real.
Maybe some solid stone. That's Mojo, I can just sell this. Troll sweat as well. Sunhood leather. Joy to get more. Lock or druid? I'm gonna tell you.
Got what you need.
I'm pretty much
Be good.
like Cargos on this. I don't want to recommend you a class unless I know you on like a personal level, because there's so many things that I mean, I don't know you enough to tell you, oh yeah, you'll like this. But what I can tell you is that a warlock is very nice because it's a pet class. It's a very good for solo leveling. You have some AoE potential, so for like grouping up, you have nice. Let's go. How much gold do we have right now? We have 33 gold. Okay. Auction expired, so the rest auction expired. Okay, I'll just. Okay, the rest is all auctions that we get back. But just before we get to this, I mean, Warlock is a nice leveling class if you plan on leveling solo. Obviously, you have AoE abilities, so in like dungeon grinding groups, you will have you will be sought after. Your late game is very good as well. Damn, dude got 33 gold on this alt. Yeah, I know. I've been auctioneering, man. Auctioning. And I got 10 gold on another alt that is just a bank alt, pretty much. But yeah, the druid on the other hand is the class that can do pretty much all role: range, melee, DPS, tank, and heal. Although, from what I've heard, balance is kind of not as good. It's kind of the retribution tree for the paladins. You know, it's not necessarily optimal, but you have, you know, you can do some decent tanking. I mean, decent, even more than decent. You can do some very good tanking. You're a very good healer. You have maybe a lot more choices in what you want to play, whereas a lock, you're only DPS. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, I don't play those classes all that much, but I would say just look at leveling guides, or not leveling guides, but how to level those classes, what are their strengths and weaknesses, and then see what resonates with you the most. Okay, 33 gold and 5 silver. Let's look how much we get at the end of all this. Boom, 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 boom. 38 and 95. Oh, nice. Almost 6 gold. Loving it. Loving it. Got my pally for a jack of all trade, thinking DPS character, lock or rogue, maybe kitty, druid, etc. Yeah. Okay. You have some good options. I mean, how do you do all that so fast? You just went in the bank.
It's too far away.
Just open all. Right here. You just open all.
Talk to me.
Okay.
What's your
Whatever,
bet?
but yeah, I gotta go, guys. We'll see us maybe tonight. I don't know about the queues, but I'll catch you later, okay? Until next time. Have a good one. We'll see you soon, okay? Stay blessed.